Welcome to Yoga Zone. My name is Charles Matkin, and joining us today in Jamaica is Lisa Bennett. Life is stressful. Yoga is going to teach you how to manage your stress, interact with the stress. The key lies in your breath. So let's get started in a seated side stretch. Sitting cross-legged, you can even bring your shins underneath, supported by the feet. Bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, lifting your right arm up in the air, keeping the shoulder down. Start to walk your fingertips away from you. Stay seated on the floor. Now breathe here. Don't press into that tension. Interact with the tension using your breath. See if you can speak to that tightness through your side ribs, keeping the spine tall and the breath peaceful and easy. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, go a little deeper into the posture. And then inhale, rising back up. Set the hand down across from you and inhale your other hand up in the air. That shoulder wants to lift and tie into your neck, so keep it down. Inhale, reaching and stretching. The hip will follow you as well, so keep seated on the ground and breathe peacefully. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Again, inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, move a little deeper into the posture. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, set that hand down to the side. The next is a little vinyasa series called full complete breaths. So follow along. Inhale, turning your palms to face up. Exhale, reaching through your fingertips. Inhale, stretching your arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and turn your palms to the ceiling. That's a stretch. Inhale, let the ribs open. Exhale, releasing down, back to the floor. Again, inhaling, fluid breath. Exhale, extending as your shoulders drop. Inhale, palms up to touch. Exhale, interlacing and press the palms flatly to the ceiling. Inhale again, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, releasing down to the floor. Final time, just with flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhale, pressing the palms up to the ceiling. Inhale, and exhale, releasing down to the floor. You should already be starting to feel a little tension flowing out of your body. Let's come now onto our hands and knees. Step your right foot up between your hands, keeping in mind you want hip distance between your feet. Bring your hands up to your front knee, squaring your hips to the front of the room. We'll get set up here. This is an intense thigh stretching, so I want you to breathe. Interlace your fingers even and push them down on your thigh. Take a full inhale. Exhale, start coming forward until you feel the stretch happening in your thigh. You might feel it already. That's where you want to breathe. Imagine the breath moves to those muscles. If you can inhale, imagine them get bigger. Exhale, soften and go deeper into the pose. Again, inhaling. Exhaling. The hips will want to shift. Keep them facing the front of the room. That's it. Don't push. You catch yourself being aggressive. Relax. You'll actually go further. Inhaling your arms up. Bring the spine and the chest into the stretch. Really extend. Are your elbows bent? Press your fingertips up. Exhale, go a little deeper. That's it. One more breath. And exhale your arms down to the floor. Let's switch sides. You can even help that foot up. Get stable, and we'll come up, interlacing the fingers on the thigh. Inhale, get tall. Stay tall through your shoulders as you start sending your hips forward, stretching into that thigh. Right where you feel it, don't get aggressive. Breathe in and melt into that stress. Again, a full breath. You you're managing your stress here, you should feel all right. If you're pushing, you'll feel stressed. Inhaling the arms up, reaching up, open your heart. Breathing a few breaths here. Start arching even a little more through your back. And exhale your hands gently down to the floor. The next posture is called downward facing dog. Stepping back, keep your hands shoulder distance apart. Flatten your palms to the floor. They'll want to start curling, so keep pressing them down. Take a deep inhale. This is going to be a strengthening down dog. Lift your knees only a few inches off the floor. Lisa's in this posture. Here comes the length. The knees stay low as she presses her hips as far away from her hands. Drop the head eventually so there's no tension in your neck. Start slowly to straighten your legs. This is a stretch on the back of the legs, so breathe to that area of your body. Really release your head and neck. Press your palms, but don't clench. Keep everything fluid and long. And exhale back onto your hands and knees. Step your right foot up between your hands again. This time we'll come for a strengthening lunge. Set both hands on the thigh of the front knee. For balance, take a deep inhale. Exhale if you're feeling strong, straighten your back leg, pressing through the heel behind you. At any time, drop the back knee to the floor. If you're wobbling, focus on your legs and free up your shoulders and neck. Inhale, we'll go a step deeper. Drop the knee if you want to. Inhale your arms up to a full lunge. Breathing here. Exhale, flying. Bring your arms down to the side of your body. Inhale, arms up, palms even to touch. Exhale, arms down to your side. One more breath while that thigh shakes. Palms up to touch. Exhale, hands all the way down to the floor in front of you. Drop the back knee and let's switch sides. Again, place your hands on your thigh. Take a full inhale and exhale, straightening the back leg. Push through the leg behind you as the knee comes forward. Breathing here. I'm going to drop my knee. Inhale, arms up to a full lunge. Holding this shape, don't just think of a shape, feel it flow. And manage the stress. If it's strengthening, you'll be stressed out slightly. Keep your nervous system calm by breathing. Inhale, exhale, hands to your thigh. Get stable and step your big toes up to touch. Heels are a little apart. Reach your feet into the floor as you stand up tall. Let's flow with our breath. Inhale, palms up to touch. Exhale, diving forward into a forward bend. Inhale, diving back up. A full breath. Exhale, diving back to the floor. Let's go right into a strengthening pose and continue to let go of stress by using our breath. Step your right foot back, one leg distance or a little bit further behind your front foot for a warrior two posture. The toes are turned in slightly behind you and your front knee is eventually going to come over your ankle. Hold your hips, inhale, exhale, bending the front knee. Bring it right over the ankle in front of you. Don't worry about your hips so much as that front knee. It's a strengthening posture, so here comes the strength. Inhale your arms out, opening up your chest, reaching your hands in either direction. Keep full breath. Really open your legs, pushing the feet to the floor. Breathing deeply. Go a little deeper. Don't sag. Keep strong. One more breath, and inhale, straightening your front leg. Put your hands on your hips and turn the front foot toes so that the outside of the foot is parallel with the edge of your mat. So is your back foot. Holding your hips, inhale, lifting up tall, exhale, diving forward. Bend your knees if you have to, and bring your hands eventually down to the floor. Straightening your legs if you can. Keep the kneecaps and the thighs lifted to stretch the backs of your legs. Switch your right hand underneath your face and bring your left hand onto your sacrum. That's the bony part right between your hips. Holding there, exhale, inhale, start to twist and open up your spine. Push the hand down to the floor. Keep the legs active. Careful the hips don't wander. Breathing here. The next inhale, lift the top arm up to open your chest. Full breath. One more breath here. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Bring both hands up to your hips and use the power in your legs to inhale, standing back up tall. Pivot on the front foot. Put your hands on your front thigh and step up together. Let's switch to the other side. Stepping back. Get a nice stable base. Those toes turn in. This is a strengthening pose, so take a deep inhale. Exhale, bending the front knee. Feel the strength in the legs, and inhale, reaching your arms out. To make this pose even stronger, let's make a muscle. Bending your arms, show off a little bit here, and then send it out with a nice, deep, easy breath. Breathing through here. Bend your front knee a little deeper, stretching into those thighs. Great. Straightening your front leg and turning the front toes with the outer foot lining up to the edges of the mat. Inhale here for fan posture, arching your back a little bit. Keep the back long as you move forward and down. Eventually bringing your hands down to the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. Stretching here. You can bend your elbows a little bit. Bring your left hand underneath your face, right on the floor, and bring the right hand up onto your sacrum. Exhale here, and here comes a twist. Use your leg strength and open your chest. Breathing. Keep opening both shoulders. Exhale. Next inhale, lift your top arm up. Opening, stretching in two directions. And exhale, bring both hands back down to the floor. Reach for your hips. Get stable. And then inhale, standing back up tall. Great. Turn the front foot open. Put your hands on your front thigh and step up together. Squeezing your knees together, holding your hips. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Try bending your ankles deeper, bending your hips deeper. It's called awkward chair. It's like sitting in a chair that's not even there. Your thighs will burn, but squeeze your knees together and inhale your arms right up in the air. This is a stressful pose, but keep breathing. Don't be afraid of your power. Relax and interact with the stress you're feeling. 2 more breaths. Reach the arms a little higher if you can. Be strong, don't wimp out, stay right there. 2 more breaths. I lied, 1 more breath. Standing up, arms down to your side. Now let's lower to the floor. I mean, it's true. Bring your elbows down underneath you and your palms facing down to the floor. This is scale posture. Like a scale, you're going to balance strength in 2 directions using your abdomen. Exhale. And inhale, lift your feet up off the floor. Squeezing your knees together. You should feel your belly firm. Start straightening your legs. Breathing here. Notice, did you stop breathing? Are you pushing? Just bring your feet back to the floor if it's too much. There we are. Inhale, straighten your legs even a little more like Lisa, right to straight if you can. And bring your feet back down to the floor. Take a little break, allow you to sag, it's okay. You deserve it. Exhale. Second time, inhale, getting yourself set up. I'm gonna come even a little higher because I'm a show off. Exhale here, and inhale, straightening the legs. Breathing deep breaths. Let go of your thighs. If you're sitting up tall, breathing here. Even straighten the legs if you can. Take a full breath and releasing the posture. Lay right back down onto your back. Lisa's going to open her feet hip distance apart and slide her feet right in towards her hips. Palms facing down. Exhaling here. Inhale, the arms and the hips lift in the air. Keep your toes turned in. Exhale, everything back down to the floor. Again. Inhale, use the breath. Feel the strength in your legs. Exhale, back to the floor. Now, let's hug the knees into the chest for a gentle back release. Slowly hug your knees in, releasing any tension you feel through the buttocks, through the lower back, and rock your hips side to side. Let go of your left leg and hug your right knee to your chest as you reach through the opposite leg. Switching sides. Hug the other knee into your chest as you reach that opposite leg away from you. And straighten both legs along the floor. Turn your palms to face up. Wiggle around, get comfortable. Relax your shoulders and close your eyes. Go inside. Relax your tongue, your jaw, your entire face. Then, use your imagination. Start to breathe down your arms. You can actually feel a tingling if you use your imagination through the arm, through the fingers. Now, down the legs. Send an inhale right down your legs. Approaching the feet, move right into the toes. Melt any tension you find here. Start to calm your nervous system beneath your physical body. Don't be afraid to let go of any thoughts that are haunting you. Let them fall to the floor like leaves. Turn inwards silently. Gently start to bring yourself back out of this deep relaxation. And notice, what have you done? You've been through a tough yoga class, but you've kept yourself stress-free by paying attention to your breath and how you react to that stress. You now have a tool to take with you into your life. You are no longer at the whim of the stress in your life. Be present and let that stress go. My name is Charles Matkin. Thanks for joining us here today in Jamaica. We'll see you again at Yoga Zone.
Hi, welcome to Yoga Zone. I'm Beverly Murphy, and this is Lisa Bennett. We're here on a spectacular beach in Jamaica. One of the most profound techniques that we learn in yoga is the ability to relax and surrender into a pose. This may seem easy, but our usual response is to struggle, and this creates discomfort. When we open into a pose, this ability to surrender spreads into other parts of our life, making life a little bit more easy and peaceful. Let's begin so you can experience this for yourself. Coming into a cross-legged position like Lisa and I are in, bringing one heel in front of the groin and the other heel directly in front of that heel, just so that you feel comfortable. Take your arms out by your side, fingertips touching the floor. Feel the spine tall and lifted and the shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in and out. On the next inhale, gently reach the arms up into the air, palms touch. And as you exhale, like you're pressing through water, bring the arms back to the floor. And again, breathing in, keeping the face, shoulder, and neck relaxed, palms touch, and exhale, slowly release back down. Nice. On the next one, inhale, reach the arms up into the air. This time, stay here. On the exhale, take your right arm down to the floor and begin to reach through the left arm, sliding this hand out as far as you comfortably can go without doing this. So you want to keep that opposite knee pressing into the ground. Think about relaxing through your shoulders and through your neck and making this arm strong and active, not limp like that. Hold here and breathe. Don't go to the full range of the posture right away, but see if you can work with the breath so that with each exhale, you move a little bit deeper into it. Long, even inhale, long, even exhale. Inhale, slowly come back up, release the arm down by your side, and let's switch sides. Inhale the other arm up into the air, relax the shoulder, slide the hand out. Hold here and breathe. Really feel the stretch through the side of your body. Notice that you're stretching these tiny little muscles called intercostal muscles between the ribs, helping you breathe more freely. Inhale, and on the exhale, see if you can work a little bit deeper into it, lengthening the spine, keeping the shoulder relaxed. Hold here. And then breathing in, slowly come back up, and exhale, release the arm down. Let's come into a twist. Take your hands out in front of you. Keep the spine lifting tall. Inhale, reach the right arm up into the air. Shoulder relaxes down away from the ear. And then on the exhale, place the hand down on the floor behind you. Press the fingertips in, lift tall, and gently begin to spiral around, looking back over that shoulder. Try not to crank around with your shoulders and your neck, but you should feel the strength of the posture come from your torso, so that you're not really using the arms, they're just there to gently support you. Let's take another breath here. Long, even inhale, long, even exhale. From there, slowly come back around. Taking your hands in front of your knees, inhale, reach the other arm up into the air. Exhale, place that hand down on the mat behind you, lifting the chest tall, and then with the exhale, slowly begin to spiral around. Holding here, breathing in and breathing out. Feel the strength coming from the core of your torso, the abdominal muscles, the muscles along your spine, keeping the shoulders relaxed. If you feel challenged in this pose, see if you can stay with it. Remember not to tighten or to grip, but we're trying to open and release. Taking another long, even inhale, and as you exhale, slowly coming back around. Pulling the fleshy part of the butt back so that your sit bones are pressed into the ground. Those two bony bones that you sit on. Take your hands out in front of you. Breathing in, feel the chest lift tall, and on the exhale, slowly begin to walk the hands forward. Coming into potted palm. Try not to let the sit bones lift up, but keep them pressing back into your floor as you extend the arms and the crown of the head towards the wall in front of you. You should feel as if you're lengthening the spine, using your breath to move deeper into the posture. It's not important that you go as far as Lisa is. Maybe you're even up here, a little less flexible. That's okay. But working to lengthen the spine and feel the chest open so you're not rounding like this into it. Let's hold here for a couple breaths. Long, even inhale. Long, even exhale. Breathing in on the next exhale, see if you can lengthen even a little bit deeper into it. This time, let the spine round. Let the head draw down towards the floor. Notice how wonderful that feels. Completely releasing and letting go. From here, inhale and slowly come back up. Coming into cat pose, coming onto your hands and knees. Taking the hands directly underneath the shoulders, the knees directly underneath the hips with the toes curled into the mat. As you inhale, arch the spine, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, draw the chin towards the chest. And again, breathing in, arching the spine, look up, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, belly pulls in, spine rounds, chin to the chest. And again, inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. And with this last one, inhale, arching, hold here. Squeeze the shoulder blades down, turn the sit bones up towards the ceiling, spreading them wide, feeling a stretch through the lower back. And then come back to neutral. And lower down onto your belly, coming into cobra pose. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders like Lisa's doing. Separate the feet just a little bit and point back through your toes. As you inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, slowly lower back down. And again, breathing in, lift back up. Squeeze the shoulder blades down towards your heels. Lift your hands up. You shouldn't go any higher than you can like this. And then exhale, lower back down. Let's come into upward facing dog. Sliding your hands back to your waist. Inhale, lift the chest up off the ground. See if you can bring the hips up off the ground. Keep the knees into the floor, unless you're really open, and then you'll pull your knees up off your mat. Just take one breath here. Make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders, but you're moving the shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale, come onto your knees and sit back into child's pose. All the way back onto your heels, extend the arms out in front of you, forehead to the mat. Close your eyes, feel the body relaxing. We're releasing the spine in another direction after the back bending that we just did. Let's take long, even inhales, long, even exhales. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the jaw released. Make sure that you're not grimacing. It's difficult for many of us to relax into a pose. This may be more work than the previous posture. See if you can keep your mind focused on the sound of your breath. Feel the torso releasing any tightness or tension that it's holding. Just slowly come back up, using your abdominal muscles. And from here, we'll come into downward facing dog. Taking your hands out in front of you. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. Curling the toes into the mat, lift the hips up into the air, and come into the posture. Let's start with the knees bent. Working to press the whole hand into the mat, particularly the thumb and the index finger. This is so you don't roll to the outside of the little finger side of the hand, but pressing the whole hand into the mat. From there, trying to create one straight line with the arms and the torso so that you're not rounding through the upper back like Lisa's demonstrating now. See if you can move your weight back into your heels. This will take the rounding out of the back. And think about lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling. So you have to consciously do this, engaging muscles along your spine. If you're a little bit more open, you can begin to straighten the legs like Lisa's doing and press the heels down towards the floor. Think about stretching between the ball of your foot and the heel as if you're trying to lengthen your foot. So down dog is an incredible posture. Not only are you strengthening the entire body, but you're also stretching it. So you get everything in one posture. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths, taking a long, even inhale, listening to the sound of the breath, beginning to quiet the mind, holding and breathing. Nice. From here, let's come into a lunge. Come down onto your knees. Slide your right foot forward up in between your hands. Make sure that your ankle is directly underneath your knees. If you need to lift up onto your fingertips, you can. If you're feeling strong today, you can try to straighten your back leg, lifting that knee up off the floor, or you can stay where we are. From here, take one hand up to the knee and then the other hand up to the knee. And then when you have your balance, inhale and gently swing the arms up into the air, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Use your breath, opening and releasing into the pose. We're going to come into a twist from here, and this is a little tricky, so watch carefully. Take your left arm and reach it across your thigh. Place your hands into prayer pose in front of your heart. Stay here if you're really a beginner. If you feel a little stronger, straighten your back leg like Lisa's already doing and come into the full pose. Use this bottom elbow as a lever to open your chest up towards the wall that you're facing, and then keep your shoulders relaxed. This is a little tricky with balance, so if you focus your eyes on a point in front of you, that should help. Holding here one more breath, and then with the exhale, take your hands to either side of the front foot. And we'll come into fan pose from here. Straightening your back leg, turning your toes towards the side wall, bringing the front leg parallel to your back foot. Grab onto your sit bones and lift the sit bones up towards the ceiling. See if you can shift your weight forward towards the ball of your foot and come into a forward bend, sliding your hands down your legs and grab onto your ankles if that feels comfortable. So some of the same principles that we used in down dog apply here. The shoulders and the neck are relaxed. We're working to lengthen the spine, creating one straight line, lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling, and keeping the thighs strong, feeling that front of your thigh engaged and active. Just take a couple of breaths here. Make sure that your feet are not too turned in and not too turned out, but just creating parentheses. Inhale, see if you can work a little bit deeper into it, drawing the head down towards the floor. And then slowly coming out of it, using your abdominal muscles, rolling back up. Nice. Turn the front foot forward, bring your hands onto your thighs, and step your feet together. Let's switch sides. Bring your hands down onto the mat and step back with the right foot, coming into a lunge. Make sure that that front knee is directly over the ankle. Bring your back knee down into the mat if you did so on the other side. Bring one hand up to your thigh and then the other hand up to your thigh. Squeeze the shoulder blades down. When you have your balance, inhale, reach the arms up into the air, squeezing the shoulders down. Holding here. Take this opposite elbow across the knee and bring the hands into prayer. Use the arm as a lever so that you can open the chest up towards the side wall. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. You can even begin to look up towards the ceiling if you feel like you have your balance. Taking a couple breaths here, trying to work deeper into it, using your breath so that you're not struggling or forcing or fighting the pose. With practice, eventually this will feel easy and you'll feel a wonderful stretch. Bring your hands back down onto the mat, slide your knees back together, and sit to the side of your heels, extending your legs out in front of you. Coming into bull seat, take your right knee facing towards me and try to bring your left knee on top. This may be difficult for you, so even if the knee is a little bit up like this, that's okay. If you have a pillow nearby, you can grab it and sit on it, and it will make it a little bit easier. Try to sit equidistant from your heels and press both sit bones into the ground. Already you might be getting an intense stretch. If you feel like you can go a little further, take your hands out in front of you. Stay high up on your fingertips, and with the exhale, slowly begin to walk the hands forward. Move slowly into this. This is a pretty intense stretch through that outer hip. This is where we want to work with the breath, trying to relax into it instead of our usual response, which is to grimace, to pull away, and to tighten. So see if you can soften the shoulders, release the jaw, release the neck. If you can even go a little further, bring the arms all the way to the floor and begin to round forward. Probably most of us will not go that far. Stay where you can, working with the breath. Breathing in, slowly come back up. Pretty intense, huh? Let's switch sides. Bringing the other knee on top. Sitting between your heels. Press both sit bones into the ground. Remember to move into this slowly. Take your hands out in front of you. Breathing in on the exhale, slowly begin to extend forward. Only coming to a point that's comfortable for you. Taking a long, even inhale and a long, even exhale. Close your eyes if it helps. See if you can listen to the sound of your breath. Think about relaxing and releasing every muscle in the body. Just slowly come back out of bull seat. Come into a cross-legged position. Let's come into sitting angular, extending the legs wide, pulling the fleshy part of your butt back so your sit bones are pressed into the ground. Already you'll begin to feel a lengthening through the hamstring when you do this. Pull the toes back towards you so your second toe is in line with your knee, in line with your hip. Starting with the hands behind you like Lisa's doing, and lift the chest tall. Flex your thigh, contracting the front of your leg, and feel that wonderful opening at the back of your leg. For many of us, this may be enough and you won't want to go further. But if you want to feel a deeper stretch, take your hands out in front of you. And moving with the breath, as you inhale, lift the spine tall. As you exhale, walk your hands forward just a little bit, like Lisa's doing. Going into this slowly so that you don't come into the full range of the posture immediately, but you're moving gradually, listening to your body, moving with the sound of your breath. Keep pressing the sit bones down, making sure that your legs don't roll in or roll out, but the toe and the knees stay pointed up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Let the head and shoulders round, and just take a couple of breaths here. See if you can practice working with your breath and trying to release into the pose. Oftentimes our initial response is to grip and to tighten. But it's a little bit like jumping into a cold pool. As you move deeper into it, breathing, it actually begins to feel a little bit better. That doesn't mean push yourself, but just coming to your edge. Stay here, working with the breath, relaxing into it, keeping your mind focused on what you're doing. Inhale, slowly come back up. Draw the legs together, and let's slowly lower back down onto the floor, coming into Shavasana, using your abdominal muscles as you lower down. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Let yourself release through the hips so your toes are turning to the side walls, and reach the arms out by your side. Relax the shoulders and the neck. You can even turn the head a little bit from left to right. Holding here and breathe. See if you can keep your mind focused on the sound of your breath. Feeling the inhale, the whole body expands. Feeling the exhale, the whole body releases and sinks in towards the floor. As we develop this ability in yoga, we're able to take it out into our life, breathing freely and enjoying the peace and stillness that comes from this practice. My name is Beverly. Thanks for joining us. See you again on Yoga Zone.